Good morning, everybody. I'm Sylvia, the crafty old lady. A truck is going by. I don't know if you could hear that or not, but anyway, we've had our heat wave of June, and now we're back in the 60s, which is crazy, going from 95 to down to 60 in less than 24 hours. Anyway, I am done with this lovely spring junk journal that I made, and I wanted to give you a quick flip through. Alright, so here we are. I didn't do anything other than this to my first page and inside cover. And then we have, this is like a newsletter from McDonald's for kids, so I put that there because it says springtime, and it has all my favorite little woodland animals there. These are pictures of my grandson, Isaac, getting his, well, I don't think it was his first haircut, but it was a haircut. And then over here, this is my granddaughter wearing a skirt that I had made for her mother, like 27 years ago or something like that. And that's our dog Dobby. Here are some of our first plants that came up in the spring. Daffodils, hyacinths. Yeah, daffodils and hyacinths. And this is a trout lily. This is not in our garden, but we found those in a park there, endangered, and you're not allowed to pick them or do anything to disturb them. So we took a picture. They were all over the place, though, so efforts to save them are, I guess, paying off. I got this contact paper from Walmart. It's Pioneer Woman. I got some Skechers slip-in hands-free shoes. Here we are at Easter. I got Bethany this apron to wear when she's drinking coffee because she tends to spill it. So we wanted to, just keep her clothes from getting coffee all over them. And these are crafts we made, and this is some of the candy wrappers that was in her Easter basket. Over here, this was a wrapper from some cotton candy that she got. Chips, these were all in her Easter basket from her staff. And then that's her on a swing in her yard. Dobby's right there too, if you can see him, I don't know. But anyway, I do cover up my family's faces, except for my husband. He doesn't care. These are some more of our tulips that sprang up. And I can't, oh, that was our azalea. That was the first few sprouts or blossoms on our azalea. Bethany made this card for us. This was a bird feeder, packaging from a hummingbird feeder that we got. Let's see, this is packaging that I made a tag out of. And this is packaging for the Spider-Man mask that you might see later on in this book that I got for my grandson. Mother's Day cards, my grandson's 8th grade graduation picture. There's more pictures in here of his sister. What's this? Oh, this is just a card. I think this is from one of those collage cards from Dollar Tree. And that was, where was it? I don't know where it came out of. I'll have to figure that out later. Our son works at Walmart, and he's in this picture here. This is the instructions of a craft that Bethany and I did. Some more of our flowers are bleeding heart. This was on April 25th. And those are not daffodils, tulips. Here is a Pioneer Woman vase, or I guess it's a pitcher that I got to put my, my utensils in. And this is a tag over here. On the other side is my receipt from the library. And that has the missing book that I wanted to put in my book. I'll have to remember that. I have like a little, in my journal, I keep track of books I read. Little robot craft I got for my grandson. I think I've shown this before. That's what it looks like now. What he made, and then his picture of him painting is under there. This is one of Bethany's family portraits. She didn't draw the dog, but she drew me, Malcolm, and herself. And then here's the Spider-Man mask I was talking about, my grandson. What was this? I'm going to have to check. Oh, this was a note from my daughter and her family for Mother's Day. I always save these from Amazon too. In here is just a little, I forget what was in that, but it's like a gauzy pouch that I put some pictures in. I turned them around for this video. Another craft that was very difficult for Bethany. I did find some, because the string is embroidery floss, and it was very hard to get it through the holes. So I got some plastic stuff I'm going to try again. Craft she made there. More of our bleeding hearts, and card I got for Mother's Day. Keychain for Mother's Day. It says, if grandmas were flowers, I would pick you. Bethany made this for me out of a salt shaker. And then inside of here, I have some more family portraits of Bethany's. So this is an envelope. The other side of the bag. This is the bag that Bethany's salt shaker vase came in. This is something that I had to wear a heart monitor for a while. This is from Spider-Man goggles we got our grandson. This is a McDonald's bag, and inside it are some of the packaging from the gladiolas that we bought, and I journaled on one and put pictures on the other. And then we have another He got a beach towel with a surfing skeleton on it. He's obsessed with skeletons. Made pockets out of these. Here's a little tag. I didn't write anything on the back of the tag, but that goes there. This is more photographs inside there. This is from a game that Bethany had. It's like hot potato, but it farts. So I just put that in there. Here's more tea bag covers, pockets, tea bag pockets. And then I just made tags that I haven't actually written on. I made them out of pages from the Golden Book. I have a video on here of the process that you know how I did it. If anyone's interested in there, it's not that big of a deal. And over here, this is a mask packaging that my daughter-in-law sent me. And this is just the top part of a, oh, you can't see that. The top part of a, it was like a cardboard. Oh, what do you call coasters? And I just put it in here. Oops. Okay, on this page is Bethany holding a Coke with her sister-in-law's name on it. And over here is like one of those things that you put your faces in and you take your pictures of it at a place that we were eating at. This is an allium or allium, I'm sorry I didn't put the date on there. They're all gone now. The allium plants. This is the new rug I bought, and this is the instructions for the rug in this Milk-A-Bone bag, which Bethany had bought this with her own money and brought it to Dobby. And then this is another family portrait up here. I'll put that back later. Hopefully you saw that. I guess you did. This is just a decorative page that I made. It's not a pocket or anything. Another family portrait. And this says, live every day with intention, live in the moment. Today is full of possibilities. Over here, we have our alliums again. A rhododendron in the back. This is something that Bethany had her staff write for us. And then pictures of our day that we spent with Bethany. This is a card from the book. I made a journaling card, and the pocket are from the book. And I just journaled on the back of that. And then this was from some burger buns that we had for our cookout. This is a package of this little, I don't know if you can see it, I think it was a dog. And you write on it, and you can wash it off and write on it again. Normally I have a picture of me, Bethany, and Malcolm showing through this, but I decided to switch it out for the strawberry plants. And this is another page from the book. This is another little tag that I did write on a little bit. Then over here we have a pocket or an envelope made from the book page, and it's got, this is not from the book page, but it's a journaling card from a different book that I made. And I wrote on the back of that, and I don't remember what this is. Oh, this is something my grandson made. So that was the day probably that he wrote all over my wall, maybe. I don't remember. Probably was the same day. I took him to the library, and these are just the things he was doing at the library. This he did here at home. He was making a skeleton. You can see the head, the rib cage, and the hip bones. And he knows all the names, the real names of all the bones. He's only 3 years old. Cracks me up. But he's always finding skeletons everywhere we go. So he found one right here when I was looking for a book. And over here we have a craft thing that Bethany and my grandson did. And so Bethany didn't want to take hers home, so I put it in my journal. This was a cute crow. I have a video of this too, talking about this cutest crow ever. And this was our waterfalls. That was June 7th. It was just gushing. It was so pretty. Sometimes it's only a trickle. Sometimes it's like, you know, a little bit, but this was just gushing. Oh, this is just a marker swatch. I think I have a video of that too. Our poppies bloomed June 1st. Bethany at the park. I have we got her some Skechers, and she has them on in the picture. A pocket made out of the strawberry bag that my grandson brought with me. Library receipt, and my other son got us a window bird feeder, and that's in there, the packaging for that. This was at a Head Start festival. My grandson doesn't go to Head Start. He goes to the college daycare. My son works at the college. And so he goes to the college daycare 3 days a week. 1 day a week he's with me, 1 day a week he's with his other grandma. And so we went to that festival because it was fun for kids. This is just a picture of goat yoga. We didn't actually go, but they had them at the festival. But it was so wet, nobody wanted to do it. So I didn't get any pictures of that, but that's what it would look like. This is a pocket from the book, an envelope from the book, which I showed in a video. And then this is just a tag that I made to fit into the pocket, basically. It's got some writing and a picture on the back. So that goes like that. Whoops, it looks like we took our grandson to a farm stand, and they have a lot of, things that the kids can do. There's like a corn sandbox, animals you can feed, and I just put all the pictures in these little envelopes. And I do have a video of how I made these envelopes. This book here has a very special place in my heart, and that's why I put a picture of it and put it in my journal, because I loved it book. I loved it so much. It was about a stray cat and all the people that he brings together, and it was just a really, really cute story. More daffodils. Another craft cat that Bethany made, another book page envelope. I have some information about monarchs in there, how you can help them. And in here is another journaling card with a red-tailed hawk on it, made from another book that I just journaled on. And yeah, we do grow milkweed in our yard. So, oh, no, I had that. How'd I have that? Like this. And so we're just doing everything we can to help the monarchs and other critters, other native critters we plant. We've planted 20 native plants in our yard so far, and we'd like to plant more. This is my husband with our fish pond fish. We brought them in for the winter, and then they went out for the summer. This is a Juicy Burst fruit snack pocket, and I just wrote a little poem on here, or a little quote. A grandchild is a sweet reward, a precious blessing, and a joyful continuation of love and laughter. Isn't that the truth? If you're a grandparent, you probably know what I'm talking about. And then I think I wrote about rain because it was raining so much. Rain is grace. Rain is the sky descending to the earth. Without rain, there would be no life. And that for sure is true. I hope I've been on camera the whole time. This is from the electric company. They were going to cut down some branches off of our trees that are near the power lines. This is a pocket I made. I closed it with Velcro. It's got more family portraits in it, and I think that's all that's in there, but I do have a video of how I made that too. This is a game that my grandson has decided he loves. It was Bethany's, and she kind of outgrew it, but he likes it now. And here he is in the sandbox we made for him. We went to a park, and these are pictures of my granddaughter's birthday. We didn't get to go, but we hope to have another birthday party for her when we see her. This is our sunflower seed packet. I was going to make a pocket out of it, but I didn't ever put anything in it. This is a pocket, like a vellum pocket. I don't know what they call these. I forget, but it's got a journaling card in there that I made from a book page, but I see it's very hard to take it out. I might have to put a tab on it. It's a little bunny peeking out or something peeking out, and I just wrote on it. I think I will put a tab on that. This is our favorite pasta. I kept it because it had a little window in it, and I put the impossible is often the untried. See possibility everywhere. And there's a picture of my daughter working in a phonics book, and I'll tell you the story about that. My daughter, Rachel, is a missionary, and my other daughter's husband is a pastor, and they talk about church a lot and going to church. And we used to go to church when Bethany was younger, but as she got older, she was not as welcome in churches. Well, she wasn't welcome in churches because she couldn't be quiet. She couldn't go in the nursery because she was too old. There was just no place for her there, so we stopped going to church. And we thought, well, maybe we could try taking her back to church. She asked if she could go. And to be honest, I wasn't really keen on the idea because I didn't want to get let down again. But I thought for her, we'll try it again. And but she said, what are we going to do there? And I said, we're going to sing and read the Bible and pray. And she said, I can't read the Bible. And it broke my heart. So I'm trying to teach her how to read again. We've tried many times. Maybe now it will be the Lucky Charm time. But anyway, I don't know if she'll ever be able to read the Bible. So my daughter suggested getting her a talking Bible, which I thought was a good idea. And we only stayed about 5 minutes because we were getting dirty looks from people because she wouldn't stop talking. So, but we're going to keep trying, I think. This is just some wrapping from stuff that we've gotten. This was a pretty tag from something. What was it? Alcohol markers from TJ Maxx. And I have a review on those on my channel somewhere. And so, we got put that there. This is Bethany at the park and Bethany blowing bubbles at home. That was just a few days ago. And then I made this a pocket out of this friendship bracelet thing with a tag. A really pretty tag to go in there. And I put a fabric tab on top. And I just wrote on the back about Father's Day. I think this might have been Father's Day. I don't remember. 6/21? No, that was the week after Father's Day. We went fishing for 5 seconds. But we had fun. And then this is more family portraits of Bethany's. Library card pocket with photos and a tag from something I had bought Bethany to wear. Probably the shirt, actually. So that's in there. This is another craft that she made. She was working on cutting and pasting here. I made this page into a pocket, and I put a tag that I wrote on in there about some things. Packaging from a long time ago that I found and I thought was pretty, so I just put it in there. These are some, flower cutout things that I found at Michael's, and I thought the packaging was pretty, so I put that there. This is just old scrap paper that I thought was pretty, and I put down. And then last page is my grandson. This was yesterday, and he fell asleep on me, and it was so sweet. So, and that is the end of my journal. Now we are going to we'll start working in this journal next. I think I did decorate the front cover page. So that's that. Stay tuned for working in that. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you again next time. Hope you're happy, healthy, and safe. Bye-bye.